Okay, I think we're live. I think we've done the glitch thing. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Matthew. This is MattTv, Facebook Live, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, and it's just had a moment of just being surreal. Anyway, this is the premise of the show. Notes are made, highlighted, so everything we're going to discuss is right here on paper, and I always appreciate the live views. If you're watching this at a later date, at your convenience, that is certainly appreciated as well. So really, anyone who's seen the show over the last 2.5 years know it's just me in my garage here in White Rock, British Columbia. I shouldn't say it's just me because I am fortunate enough to have individuals who want to join the broadcast at different times and just let people know what's going on in their life, which is exactly what MattTv was created for, really. Facebook Live created MattTv and gave MattTv the opportunity to get on this platform. So, good morning. Good morning, Carolyn. Okay, so just some things written down. Let's go through it in no specific order. Just things I started working on last night, watching, had to see, even though I recorded it, watched Modern Family. We'll talk about that in a couple of moments. Good morning. Let's start off with the weather. Here's what's happening today. Oh, before we talk about the weather. I want to try something right now. I think I'll wait until, if I can get 5 people in here, I'll do that. I'll share it here in just a couple of moments for this 27th day of September 2019. Beautiful sunshine here today in the White Rock area. Maybe some showers tomorrow. I don't really get too out of whack about it if it's below 50, if it's 40% chance of showers. Chances are it's not going to be raining here in White Rock. So sunny, and we are in for a nice stretch of weather, at least 5 solid days of sunshine in the forecast, getting up to 17 degrees today. The forecast back in the Woodstock area calling for sunshine and 20 degrees. Simon, welcome to the broadcast. Sunshine, 20 degrees in Woodstock. If that is accurate, leave a comment, give me an update, give me the thumbs up. It's all good. And I thought I would finish off the W's, White Rock, Woodstock, and West Corvina, California. Here's what the weather is like in West Corvina, California. Sunny and 26. They win. They get the gold star. But I want to try something right now. I'll just try it here with Carolyn and Simon, who are in the broadcast. I'm just going to give you a quick description, and this happened just before coming in here and sitting down and turning on MattTv. I was in the backyard. The sun is not up. So I just want to give you a couple of descriptive sentences and see if you can tell me what movie, even better, what scene from what movie am I talking about. So this is going to be a great exercise for me just to practice being concise and being descriptive and shorten everything, working on the Coles notes. So here we go. This just happened moments ago. In my backyard, looking up at a starry sky, quiet, with a few clouds rolling through the early morning hours here in White Rock. And it was so peaceful. So if I was to tell you that, and then it was chaos. So I'm describing what I felt while looking at the stars in my backyard just moments ago. Reminded me of a scene from a movie where the actor is just being quiet in the moment, looking up at a nighttime sky with some clouds rolling through, and then all hell broke loose. Do you know what scene from a movie I'm talking about? That is your morning exercise. Okay. Might be able to stay in here a bit longer this morning. Moon and hundreds of other students from her school and hundreds of thousands of young people across the country, across the globe, will be attending the global climate strike that's happening this afternoon at Vancouver City Hall in the city. So Moon and a bunch of her friends have already made up signs. They're going into the global climate strike this afternoon in Vancouver. So good for her. I'm really proud of her for doing that. That's awesome. And I suggest the school boards out here are just basically giving kids the day off so they can go be a part of this movement. So I think that's a great idea. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'll be able to hang out here because normally Moon and I go to school and go to work at the same time. But she'll be going in a bit later. So just leave comments if you can figure out the scene from what movie was I talking about just in my backyard moments ago. It was so trippy. It was so trippy. In my post last night, I said I was going to talk about mirrors. And the reason I want to talk about mirrors, there are two quick stories that I want to tell you about. And just simply, you have to be in your vehicle. These stories happened while I was driving. And it's all about the rearview mirror. And I'll start off with the one that just happened yesterday. We had overcast conditions here for most of the day. But at the end of my work day yesterday, I found myself back here in South Surrey, White Rock area, where when the weather breaks, when the sun does finally come out, it comes out here first because the system is continuing to move further east. So the weather was always sunnier. It's always more beautiful here on the South Coast, indeed. So it was about 3 o'clock when I'm rolling back into the White Rock area. And as I'm heading west on 24th Avenue, which is a major roadway, it is just sunshine. There's no clouds. I'm looking at beautiful sunshine looking west. I look in the rearview mirror and I am looking at the darkest, thickest clouds out in the valley, because that's where I'm looking in the rearview mirror. Behind me is looking east. It was so dark. And then I wanted to get a picture. I'll be honest, I wanted to get a picture, but I was driving. I was at a red light. Just enjoyed the moment, and now I'm sharing it with you. But it was, so that's one story. So again, if you have a story about something that you're looking in the rearview mirror, like sometimes like you're on a stretch of road and you see something, how many times do you glance and go back to see how long you can see what's happening in the rearview mirror? So there's that. That was stationary. That's one story. Something that happened in the rearview mirror. Beautiful sunshine yesterday, 3 o'clock, looking west in the rearview mirror. Very dark and scary. So here's the second story, and this just happened earlier this week, like maybe Wednesday afternoon. Again, in Surrey, southbound on King George Boulevard. I have a green light, so I'm probably doing, 60, 70 kilometers, doing the speed limit on King George Boulevard. And I notice there's a traffic island coming up on my right. And I just catch the tail end of two boys in they're wrestling, and one of them falls to the ground on this traffic island. The dog is next door barking. And as I go by, the kid who fell down is now getting up. It didn't seem like a big deal, but it did seem like a big deal to the this guy was probably in his 50s. He looked like he was a tradesperson. He had like the fluorescent vest on. But I don't think they had anything to do with each other. But he was quite upset. And as I'm driving by, like this is just happening like super, super quick, right? As I drive by, I can't hear him, but I read his lips, and I'm pretty sure he said, "I don't effing care. I don't effing care." So he's already having a conversation back, and he is like, he seems upset, and these other two guys were probably just messing around, right? So, but as I'm driving by, I'm taking many glances in the rearview mirror and the right side mirror because I'm trying to see if anything's going to unfold. So there's another story of something happening in the rearview mirror. This one here was moving a lot quicker because that was stationary and I was on the move. Yes, follow along. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. So a beautiful day here on the South Coast, 3 o'clock, rolling to White Rock. At the end of the day, I found myself at the very north end of Oxford. Okay, Carolyn, have a great day. I found myself at the very top of Oxford in White Rock, and I was heading down the hill, and it was magnificent. Oh my goodness, some of the homes up there have just unbelievable view. So I would love to see your pictures, your picturesque background, your backyard, the leaves are changing color. Yes, so I'd love to see those. So feel free to post if you so choose. Here's something I like to call, just Google it. Just Google it. So I'm just going to say a few words, and I'll leave it at that, and you can figure out what I'm talking about. This is a story that I read somewhere on, I don't know if it was from the CBC. Again, that's why I say just Google it. So I'm just going to give you some words. For one, it's a glacier. It's a glacier that spans 1,327 square kilometers. Its mass, 250,000 cubic meter mass. It has its own radar. Well, why does it have its own radar? Well, it's threatening to collapse and completely devastate the land beneath it. So that's a story you might want to check out. This glacier has its own radar. It's super huge. And it is separating from the rest of this glacier. Interesting. Just Google it. Sports fans or people who just get together to watch the Super Bowl, narrow it down even more. They just show up at the bar just to watch halftime, and then they go off and do whatever they were doing. If you're that person, or if you just love football altogether, you're going to love to know that the Super Bowl halftime is going to feature the most elaborate lip sync battle ever. Best lip sync battle ever. J-Lo and Shakira teaming up to be a part of the Super Bowl halftime show. Do you care? Do you care? Seahawks Cardinals this Sunday, 1:05 p.m. Pacific. Saskatchewan, who I still cheer for, CFL. The Saskatchewan Roughriders, I think they're in Toronto, 4 o'clock on Saturday. Just a few other things here. Just something I love to do. Just get in here and play around before I go to work, before things get serious. I hope the weather is nice in your neck of the woods. The weather in parts of Alberta and BC could see up to 50 centimeters of snow this weekend. That's incredible. It should be historic. A historic snowfall, 50 centimeters in parts of Alberta and BC. Samuel L. Jackson is getting ready to be the voice. He's probably already done the work. Samuel L. Jackson, going to be one of the celebrity voices for Alexa. This is a great story. I'm going to get to my whistleblower story here. Yeah. It's the eye of the tiger. Yeah, for sure. This is a great story, and you can Google this. Yesterday, and I didn't even write down this gentleman's name, but you can Google it. Yesterday, it was a historic day in Nova Scotia, where a gentleman who was suffering from Lou Gehrig's disease with assisted death passed yesterday. And his last act of kindness was to donate his organs. So 6 people have been helped by this one individual. It's the first time that procedure, no one has ever been an organ donor who has passed due to assisted death. So just an amazing story. You can Google it. Nova Scotia organ donor. Just Google the words. Just amazing stuff. I just want to... Okay. Una, welcome to the broadcast. So again, just firing through stuff here this morning. Just in a tremendous headspace. Just loving life, and really thankful it's Friday. Really thankful it's Friday. Okay, so this is my whistleblower story. And it is the Coles Notes. I want to be as concise and accurate as possible. So I'm just going to read right off the page here. And this is to give you an idea of how my mind is, how I can retrieve information from so many years ago. It's just an event that stands out. But here's what happened. Here is my whistleblower story. So it's a Wednesday night, October 31st, 1990. And the reason I know it was a Wednesday night, I just went to my calendar and scrolled all the way back to 1990. That particular night was a Wednesday, October 31st, 1990. Myself and at least 4 or 5 other people, at least 4 to 5 other people, we had all planned to go out, and most teenagers, I guess, maybe back in the day, we all went through this phase where on Halloween, throwing eggs at people's homes or vehicles or other people, that's just what you did. That's just what you did. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. So continuing on with my Mr. Campbell. Continuing on with my whistleblower story. So there's myself. It's a Wednesday night. School the next day, obviously. And myself and 4 to 5 other people had just finished egging Mr. Burns's house. And anyone who graduated with me probably remembers this quite well. So we had egged Mr. Burns's house, and anyone, please fill the blanks in for me. His wife, and her name escapes me. But I know they were living in a mobile home on Union Street Extension. Don't tell me how I know this, but I do. It's all written right here. It's all written right here. So, Halloween night, and I know I said it, I was going to be just reading right off the page here. What a memory. What a memory. So, this was a well thought out, calculated move. Students against teachers. And I have no idea why we singled out those 2 particular teachers. Those details, those have escaped me. So anyway, so we have finished our act of vandalism. Let's be honest here. That's exactly what it was. We had finished our act of vandalism, and probably a slew of other charges if they maybe wanted to pursue. I don't know. But at the end, there was another group of our high school classmates who were also out trick-or-treating in the same neighborhood. And they all, that second group, either witnessed what we had just done, or there was no doubt in their mind what we had just done. We didn't think anything of it. I think maybe in the back of your mind you're like, oh crap, someone else saw us do that act of vandalism. The night continues. We're out of eggs. We got rid of them all. We got rid of every single one of them. I think that was, I don't know why again, why we singled that out, or singled those 2 people out. But it was fun, man. So again, it's October 31st. It's the Wednesday. It's 1990. It's not last year. This is 1990. So it's now Thursday morning. Everyone is back in class. And I'll never forget, first period in the afternoon, it was English. It was Mrs. Scott getting ready for whatever lesson Mrs. Scott had planned for the day. And the PA system came on, and I'm pretty sure that back in the day, and they probably still do, whoever is making the announcement, whoever is making that announcement can speak directly into a classroom. It's not being broadcast over the whole PA. It's not being broadcast over the whole school. And I remember coming on and asking, is Matthew Grant in the class today? Yes, he is. All right, send him to the office. So I'm now on my way to the office, and I'll never forget standing up. And there may have been someone else in the class who also got called out. So anyway, when we stood up, everyone knew. Like, we didn't even have cell phones back then. Back in the day when you called someone's house, and if they weren't there, the phone just rang and rang and rang. Or you just took it off the hook. So anyway, Thursday, November 1st, I find myself walking down to the office. And who do I meet but the 4 to 5 other people that I was just with the night before. Gee, I wonder why we're here. But so I'm not the whistleblower. The whistleblower wasn't there, obviously. So anyway, myself and the 4 to 5 other people are now sitting around a table with the principal, Mr. Howard Kirkpatrick. And to put in a nutshell what he said, it's off-school property. It's after hours. There's nothing really we can do. You did something really stupid. Maybe you should apologize. I don't even know if he said that we should apologize, but I know that he did chuckle. I know we all had a chuckle. So that is my whistleblower story. Not the whistleblower, but the recipients of the blowing. The recipient of the blowing, but whistleblower, thanks for calling me out on my act of vandalism and just my sheer stupidity as a teenager. Go figure. Go figure. One final thing. International Space Station. The next time I'll be able to see it will be Monday the 23rd, 8:54, for 3 minutes in the sky. If you've never seen it, go online and find it when the International Space Station is going to be flying over you. And because that thing's coming down here within the next 4 or 5 years. Your broadcast right now is very glitchy. Excellent. That's the way I like to end it, with a little glitch. That's all the time I have. Thanks for the live views. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you back here maybe later tonight, because there might be a chance tonight. I'll just be doing a different broadcast because I might be speaking with paranormal investigator Nick Moulet. Nick Moulet. Speaking of my case now, talking about I don't know okay. Yes, I think I knew that. Yes, yeah. Thanks for that. Cool. Okay. That's excellent. I'm glad he's still with us. I'm glad he is still with us, and maybe someone can share that memory is just so right front of my brain now. So I hope it wasn't too glitchy and you didn't know what was going on, because it was really fun to tell. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Maybe something in here tonight with Nick Moulet. If not, definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. Have a great weekend. This is Matthew. This is MattTv. Now and always, from sea to sea.